Howdy folks, and a great big welcome to each and every one of you. Well, those two tunes that I played, the first one was called Over the Waterfall, and the second one was called Liberty. And they're old warhorse tunes, everybody plays them. I learned them decades ago, but I never figured out how to play them on the banjo, so I thought a couple of weeks ago that I'd try learning them on the banjo, so I think they turned out okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the tunes. You might have noticed behind me this kind of a wonky chair that I just finished making. It's made out of sticks and 2x4s. We got birch and dogwood on the bottom, and there's bits of willow in it. And I glued the 2x4s together to make the seat, and then I made some arms and a crest on top, and I carved little swirlies in the top and on the armrests. I put a reinforcing stick at the back to keep the back from breaking off. And up at the top it says Anchor Point Camp 2025. So once this is finished, I'm going to take it to church and we're going to raffle it off to raise money to send kids to camp. This is the fourth year that I've made one of these for raffling off. So what I like to do now is a little Bible reading. So if you folks don't want to listen to that, please end the video now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios. For those of you who are hanging on, we've been going to seniors Bible study at the church for the last couple of years, and we were studying James, and I ran across this one verse that just stopped me in my tracks. Chapter 1, verse 2. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So, I'm thinking, does this mean that you should enjoy suffering? And I don't think it does. I think uh, the joy comes from surviving whatever trial is put in front of us, and we learn from it. So the joy comes from learning how to ask for God's wisdom when we're facing these trials. If we back up to the book just before James is Hebrews, and if we go to chapter 12, verse 11. So James was talking about being disciplined by going through trials. And verse 11 in chapter 12 of Hebrews says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." So the joy comes after the trial is over. Nobody enjoys being made fun of or taken advantage of. It normally humans react to that kind of stuff by being angry or bitter. But if you ask for God's wisdom on how to deal with such things after the trial stops, then it brings joy, because you know that you've relied on God's wisdom for how to deal with it. The master of who enjoyed joy right before he suffered was Jesus. There's no better example than what he did. So in the same chapter, Hebrews 12, verse 2, it says, "Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." And you wonder how he found joy in going through all that. He suffered horrible beatings and whippings, and they nailed his hands and feet to a cross and stuck a spear in his side, and his joy in going through all of that came from knowing that he was going to be able to offer you and me the greatest gift possible, and that's the gift of salvation. So that's where his joy came from. So a prime example of finding joy in suffering. And back in the book of Acts, Paul and Silas got beat up and thrown into prison, and they were sitting there singing songs. So they were being joyful during trials and persecution. So I'm thinking that helped me to understand what that verse in James meant. So I hope you folks enjoyed the two tunes, Liberty and Over the Waterfall, and hope you enjoyed the Bible reading. God bless, and we'll see you down the road.